Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope everybody's day is going great. The biggest news just dropped. I was literally walking out the door to go get some food. Oh, hell no. I turned right around. Somebody sent me a Discord message with this news. Gladiators transfer Fissure over to SEOUL Dynasty. This is absolutely nuts, guys. There is so much to talk about. What is SEOUL Dynasty doing? What is the LA Gladiators doing? Will we finally get some information about what happened with Fissure and the LA Gladiators prior to the playoffs? It's all so crazy, guys. If you're excited to watch this video and hear about all the news and information, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more daily content, guys. Listen, I keep you updated on all Overwatch League and World Cup news. If a player gets dropped or transferred or picked up from another team, you will hear about all the details on my channel as soon as possible. So do not forget, click that red subscription button, and now let's go ahead and hop into the video. So this was posted today on Twitter from the LA Gladiators. Thank you, Fissure. Farewell to our glorious, most handsome main tank. You have left your mark as a gladiator in our legacy. We wish you the best of luck with the SEOUL Dynasty. Linking to a post on their website where they talked more about this transfer, titled this, Gladiators transfer Fissure to SEOUL. The Los Angeles Gladiators have made their first roster change of the offseason by transferring Chang Hyung, Fissure Bake, I probably butchered that, to the SEOUL Dynasty. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. As a main tank, Fissure helped lead the team to many victories, improving from an 8th place finish in Stage 1 to 1st place in Stage 4. He brought a lot to the team, and we are thankful for what he has accomplished here. We have acquiesced to his wishes to be a part of a full Korean roster, which he can find with the SEOUL Dynasty, says Charlie Lipsy, Director of Esports at the LA Gladiators. I'm excited to be part of SEOUL Dynasty and can't wait to get started. Our goal is to win and give our fans memorable moments in the season ahead, says Fissure. The Gladiators ended Season 1 strong, finishing 4th overall in the inaugural season of the Overwatch League. Follow them on Twitter at the LA Gladiators, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, guys. So this is it. Fissure has officially joined SEOUL Dynasty. All right, let's go back to that statement from the LA Gladiators, though, because he did mention the situation where Fissure said he wanted to be with a full Korean roster. This is what Charlie Lipsy said, Director of Esports. He basically said here that the LA Gladiators have accepted the fact that Fissure wants to be part of a full Korean roster, and they listened to his request. They're gonna appease him and send him over to the SEOUL Dynasty. Oh my gosh, this is crazy, guys. But guys, remember, this has a lot to do with the situation where Fissure was benched from the LA Gladiators because of apparently having attitude issues. At least that is what was reported by Slasher, and I completely believed it because there is no way the LA Gladiators benched Fissure for iRemix because they thought he was better, which is what Fissure said happened. That is obviously not true. Anybody who believes that, in my opinion, you know, you might be a little bit crazy. I'm sorry, but it literally just does not make sense. Fissure is a god. He was literally the best main tank in the entire league for the LA Gladiators. He turned them from an 8th place team to a 1st place team as reported in that statement. There's no way they thought iRemix was better. And if we look back at that situation that happened, Fissure always denied that he said he wanted to be part of a full Korean roster. He was definitely trying to save face and make it seem like he was not the villain here, which he wasn't a villain, but if you do cause problems in the team and you get benched for it, it needs to be known. And the reason why I think LA Gladiators never reported on this is because they didn't want the value of Fissure to go down. They knew that they were probably going to trade him or sell him, so why would they want to devalue him when they need to make money off of him or get a good player in return? But it seems like he actually did say that he wants to be a part of a full Korean roster, so I do believe that this is enough proof to say, yes, it is true that Fissure did throw a fit, or there was just some weird situation between him and the players and the coaches on the LA Gladiators prior to the overall playoffs, where they decided that it wouldn't be good to play him. And that's what happened, guys, and now Fissure is gone from the LA Gladiators. He is now a part of the Dynasty. Now, looking at the SEOUL Dynasty side of this, they posted this on Twitter saying, announcement time. Please help us in welcoming the most handsomest tank in the Overwatch League 2018, Fissure, to the SEOUL Dynasty fam. Genji, we are Genji, Team Razor fam, Team No Lag. Wait, what? Team No Lag? Is that Team No LA Gladiators or Team No? I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that's some trash talk already, but this is absolutely crazy, guys. This means so much for SEOUL Dynasty. All of their problems, in my opinion, at least mostly, stemmed from the main tank role in Season 1. Miro, who was supposed to be the superstar in the Overwatch League, the best main tank in the world prior to the league, He just didn't show up. He literally did nothing for them. They had to replace him with their freaking support. One of the best supports of all time had to swap off his role in order to relieve Miro. Yeah, that's an absolute disaster. Almost the same type of disaster as Fissure not playing in the playoffs for the LA Gladiators. If they had Fissure in season 1 instead of the LA Gladiators, SEOUL Dynasty would have been in the playoffs and LA Gladiators wouldn't have. 100%. And SEOUL Dynasty possibly could have made it very far and could have been a championship contender like we expected. So Fissure is going to be an absolutely huge upgrade for the SEOUL Dynasty. I can see them being a top tier team going into season 2 now. And talking about Miro, honestly, I think he's probably going to transition into some type of coaching role, or at least like a big substitute role where he's never going to play again. This is the type of situation where Miro has been with most of these people on this team for a very long time, and I doubt he feels like he would want to go and join another team and try to be a starter. He probably wants to stay with his family, continue to chase a championship with them, whether that's him on the bench, whether that's him helping coaching. I think that is definitely the route he'll end up taking. I mean, Miro will always be a legend in Overwatch. He was the first best main tank ever. He will always be remembered as the guy that everyone wanted to be for the first couple years of Overwatch. He truly was great. It's unfortunate that he did fall off and he had such a bad season, and this probably will be the end of his starting career in Overwatch League, but he is part of a team that is looking for revenge in season 2, and I'm sure he will do whatever he can do in his power in order for them to win and prove themselves. And now talking about Fissure a little bit joining SEOUL Dynasty. Obviously Fissure, I said it multiple times in this video already, he was the best main tank in the regular season during most of the stages, but there was a really bad situation between him, the players, the coaches of the LA Gladiators, which prevented him from playing in the playoffs. I don't know exactly what happened, but from what we do know, it does seem like he did throw that fit and that the LA Gladiators had no choice but to just bench him and discipline him. He expressed his wishes in joining a full Crane roster, and he has now got them. So we'll see what happens with him in season 2. Hopefully he doesn't have any attitude issues. I don't think he will. I feel like it was just a situation where he wasn't comfortable and he was tired of, being on a mixed team, and he got very frustrated because his players weren't trying hard enough. If he joined SEOUL Dynasty though, and SEOUL Dynasty players aren't trying hard enough, we could have a repeat situation. Now, real quick, I do want to go back to this situation where Rascal was released from the Dallas Fuel, and Fissure immediately came to defend Rascal and said there's no way Rascal was causing problems, and that was just an unfortunate circumstance for him. Yeah, Rascal and Fissure probably did cause some issues for the Dallas Fuel and the LA Gladiators, and therefore they were probably disciplined for it. But I still feel like it kind of falls under unfortunate circumstances. They were both randomly traded, like out of nowhere, to their respective teams, which were mixed teams, and they just weren't prepared for the situation because they were both always on a full Korean roster, and it was very hard. I definitely give them a pass. I definitely don't think it's going to define either of their careers, and they will find success with their future teams. This is all just a crazy situation though, guys. As for the LA Gladiators, I don't know what they're going to do about their main tank situation. They do have iRemix, and he looked okay in that first set against the London Spitfire where they won 3-0, but in that second one, he kind of got bullied. And if we look back when he actually played a lot in the Overwatch League in Stage 1, he was pretty underwhelming. Now, I know Remix is a hard worker and he wants to be the best. I was on Team Congarna with him, and he was definitely one of the best main tanks in North America at the time. It just didn't translate to the Overwatch League very well. Maybe now that he has more experience and he did learn under Fissure, he can be a top tier main tank going into season 2. But I wouldn't be surprised if the LA Gladiators do go out there and try to pick up a superstar in the main tank role. Somebody like Tizzy, who has absolutely been tearing it up for XL2 in North American contenders. I could see him easily joining that team. There's definitely a lot of options, especially out of Korea, which if you do look at the Overwatch League, a lot of the main tanks are Korean. It just seems like Korean main tanks know how to play the role properly. I guess I wouldn't say properly. I think everybody in the league knows how to play their role properly. It's just that they know how to play it more efficiently. It kind of comes down to them being able to survive so much compared to North American or Western main tanks. They usually die a lot more, i.e. Fraggy, who just sometimes seems suicidal. And now lastly, talking about what SEOUL Dynasty gave the LA Gladiators in return for Fissure. I don't know. It wasn't disclosed as they said in the actual statement. In my opinion, I think it was probably just money, because if it were players, we would know about it. And usually when a player gets transferred to another team and it doesn't involve players, it usually involves money. And if I had to guess, I think the LA Gladiators probably got a pretty big check for Fissure. He was one of the best main tanks of Season 1, and they didn't devalue him at all, which was very smart from them. And I think both parties here probably got what they want. I don't think LA Gladiators wanted Fissure on their roster anymore, and I definitely think SEOUL Dynasty wanted to upgrade their main tank, and well, yeah, Fissure's an upgrade, that's for sure. So we'll have to just see what other news comes out about this situation. I do think now that Fissure has been transferred from the LA Gladiators, some players or somebody from the LA Gladiators might come out and say what happened, or we might hear something from Slasher. Who exactly knows, but something did happen there, and I do want to know those details, and as soon as I do know them, I will share them with you guys on my channel. So if you do want to hear about that news, whenever it comes out, be sure you're subscribed to my channel with notifications on, and you'll be notified as soon as possible. Also, that's pretty much it about this whole entire deal, guys. If you're excited about this, be sure to drop a like on the video. Again, subscribe. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think about this whole trade. Was it worth it? Do you think the LA Gladiators should have got rid of Fissure, even if there was some crazy situation? And are you happy that the SEOUL Dynasty have finally upgraded their main tank? Leave a comment. I'll be replying and talking and discussing about this whole situation with you guys down below. And that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you tomorrow, later tonight, whatever it is. Peace.